Caitlyn Clark is just different from everyone else, and anyone saying otherwise is lying to themselves. You see it on display as she was finally back on the basketball court. It has been a long time. And yes, it was just a preseason game against the Brazilian national team. It had a special aura given that it took place at Iowa, but she hadn't scored a fever basket in 7+ months, and she put on a show. The deep logo three that further than the logo, really, that no one else is doing, the delicious dimes, just the palpable excitement whenever Caitlyn Clark takes the floor that maybe is different not only from any player in the WNBA, but from any player in basketball, period. It's just nice to have CC basketball back. Now, as far as the fever goes, I talked about, them at length after the first game, of course, and the ball movement was great to see. Who didn't want to see that the ball snapping around and the unselfish play? I think it bodes very, very well for the ceiling of this team. Almost everybody that took the floor played pretty well. Sydney Colson played better than she did in the first game. Timpson certainly impressed in her minutes. But you see how dynamic this team can be. Bonner ran the floor and received a Caitlyn Clark pass in perfect symmetry. So there was all these glimpses that make you go, oh yeah, they're going to light everybody up, right? And then on the other side of things, they played defense, and they continue to play defense. Now, I'm not going to read too much into the performance itself, considering the competition, considering it's preseason, but there are visual things you can see with your own eyes. And of course, the coach is bringing something different to the team as well. And just the length of the personnel, right? Like that just makes a difference. Melissa Smith, a cone on defense. And I saw that in the Wings preseason game. You put players out there that can move their feet more at bigger spots and have size as well. I mean, Howard, Bonner, wingspans. Cunningham, for her position, is pretty long. And then you have a coach who knows what she's doing on that end as well. All favorable things for the Indiana Fever. But this was about Caitlyn Clark, right? Like, I mean, it had been so long since we saw Caitlyn Clark play. And then we got one of the highlights of her career, really. We know she broke the record at Iowa. And then I'm going to pull up from all the way here. The ball's way in the air, and it goes down through the rim. Excited. You bet, Ryan Rucco. That's my guy. For those of you who don't know, Ryan and I used to do a radio show together in New York. He has done big things. And Caitlyn Clark even shouted him out in the post-game press conference. She also talked about that moment and that logo 3, the thing that everybody is going to be talking about today.
I don't know what the percentage breakdown of Fever gear and Iowa gear would be, but it felt pretty equal. I just didn't know what to expect, so that's fun to see. And honestly, I didn't plan to shoot that logo 3. I know coming into the game, everybody wanted me to shoot one from there. But Steph was like, I'm supposed to come out at the end of the third, so she's like, give a foul, give a foul, give a foul. And then it was 30 seconds on the clock, which like between 30 to 33, that's like your 2-for-1 range where you have to get one up. So I saw 30 as we're inbounding the ball, which probably is inbounding the ball at 30, probably a little low. But I was like, why not? Might as well launch one and it went in, and then Steph used the timeout to get me out. But yeah, that was pretty fun. And like I said, you don't always somebody's in trouble. You don't always like realize how far back you are. So yeah, I had to give the fans a little something. I told you I was going to pregame, so
Humble brag from Caitlyn Clark. You could tell she's even a little bashful in the moment there, but certainly not out on the basketball court. And then there was a fun exchange between Stephanie White, the Fever head coach, and one of the reporters in the building about that play as well. Here's how that went down.
Hi, Stephanie. Jack Lito. I'm Jack Lito with KCRG TV9. The logo 3s, I know this is an exhibition, but those logo 3s beyond the logo 3s for Caitlyn seemed like prime examples of you and her teammates kind of letting Caitlyn be Caitlyn, so to speak. How do you balance that? And did it start like that, or did you kind of had to get off the reins a little bit, for lack of a better term?
I've been watching her do it for 5 years, really. So that's just who she is. It's what she does. I mean, nobody tells Steph Curry not to take good shots, right?
Like, what are you asking, bro? What do you want from me? What do you want me to say? You know, of course I'm gonna let her shoot that. You know who that is? That's Caitlyn Clark, dog. You ain't asked me about nobody else. You asked me about Caitlyn Clark, right? I mean, to be honest, that's about as simple as it gets. And you just, I mean, the response, the crowd, the Brazil players asking to have their stuff autographed. You get it. Everybody should get it by now. That it ain't rocket science, right? As the expression goes. And look, it's just been a long time, a long drought without Caitlin Clark basketball. So more than anything, that's the celebration today. More than anything, it's just seeing her back on the court. I've been talking about all sorts of other stuff for the longest time, and I was sick of interviews, to be real with you. Now I'm getting the post game variety. That's the kind I like.
Just seeing the amount of people and young girls and young boys that stand there and like scream for me to sign their stuff, like I don't take that for granted. Like that's so cool. Like I would be lying to you if I thought that was like just like normal and everybody gets to do that. Like they don't. So I'm glad I can be a role model for them, and they have a great impact on me too. And that's why you do it. Even at the end of the day, say I scored 0 points, I'm sure they still would have been there screaming my name and wanting an autograph. And I think that just really kind of puts into perspective the impact. And there's a lot more bigger things in life than basketball.
And the biggest thing for me is, to be honest, other than the highlights and the excitement, is she got out of there healthy. And that was really important, because obviously she was really dealing with something. She was on the bike to keep it warm during the game. She didn't play yesterday, which is a rarity for her. I'm not saying it was anything serious. And I know she was held out for, cautionary reasons, but she was legitimately dealing with some sort of ailment. And you just want to make sure she gets to the regular season healthy so we can see this all season. But look, if barring anything unforeseen, she's going to go down as the greatest of all time. I mean, come on. You can't tell yourself otherwise. It's plain. It's obvious. I don't know any other ways to say it, really. And we can deal with all the nonsense narratives that have been regurgitated and swirled around like mouthwash. But the truth of the matter is, the Indiana Fever are where they are because of Caitlyn Clark. The WNBA is where it is because of Caitlyn Clark. The Iowa situation is what it is because of Caitlyn Clark. And Caitlyn Clark's back. The Fever are championship contenders, clearly, if not the best team. And she's about to go on a total demon spree in year 2.